Today marks 250 years since the hymn Amazing Grace was first performed. The words were written for a New Year's Day service in a small church in Buckinghamshire. Well, now a museum calling for people across the globe to join together to create one of the biggest sing-alongs ever undertaken, as Harry Farley reports.
In Milton Keynes, a church choir is rehearsing one of the most popular hymns of the last 200 years.
I first heard it in Gikuyu, in my language, and it's a song of redemption, a song that says anybody can come as they are, that God loves me regardless, and the way it comes out through in my language is just like, I feel special.
Amazing Grace became an anthem of the civil rights movement. In 2015, former President Obama used it for his speech at the funeral of the Reverend Clementa Pinckney, who was shot in a racially motivated attack in Charleston.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
It was here at this church in Buckinghamshire that John Newton wrote the words to Amazing Grace for his New Year's Day service in 1773. Before joining the priesthood, Newton was notorious as the captain of several slave ships. In barbaric conditions, he transported people from West Africa to be sold in the Caribbean before he had what he said was a dramatic conversion. The local museum in Olney is hosting an exhibition to mark the anniversary.
It's all about hope. And you look at the words of John Newton, he talks about the desperate situation of his life and how he ultimately found grace. And to me that says that however bad life may seem, there's always hope that you can turn it round. And I think therein, for a large part of the population who aren't even particularly religious, that for them has a meaning.
But for others, John Newton's background as a slave trader hangs over the anniversary.
I know that my great-grandmother was an enslaved person, taken out of Africa and taken down to Guyana. This was what my ancestors had to go through in order to build a colony somewhere in some other country. It saddens me and it fills me with a tremendous amount of grief and remorse.
So this hymn is talking about, as a slave trader, feeling forgiven. Do you feel able to forgive him?
No. I find it very difficult. Very, very difficult.
250 years on, this hymn's themes of forgiveness and grace are as challenging as ever. Harry Farley, BBC News.
A lovely, gentle start to 2023. Beautiful hymn.